Hello everybody, welcome back to the Hacienda. Rivet here. Today we're going to make something delicious and ubiquitous from Mexico. Enfrijoladas. Enfrijoladas are very typical food from Mexico. They're kind of like a cross between a taco and an enchilada. Now you'll be very hard pressed to find them in a restaurant or a taco stand in town. Because they're typically a make-at-home meal dish, and it's kind of like chili mac in the States. It's a clean out your fridge, use up whatever leftovers you have kind of thing. It's very tasty. So what you're going to see here is what I'm going to use, but just follow my lead. You don't have to use anything specifically other than obviously corn tortillas, beans, Queso Fresco, and the Chipotles. Alright, so we've got here beef chorizo. You can use pork. We've got Pico De Gallo, chipotle peppers, pinto beans. You can use black beans. Black beans are very popular in enfrijoladas. The Poblano pepper is optional. We have a couple. I'm going to throw that in for taste. Serranos you kind of have to have, or you can substitute jalapenos if you don't want the heat. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do over medium-low heat, I got it number 3, is we're going to cook this Mexican chorizo. I'm using the beef, although you can use the pork one if you want. That's what I happen to have. Now, Mexican chorizo is very fatty and needs to be cooked, which is fine. Fat is flavor. So let's cook it. Some nice to know information. Mexican chorizo is nowhere near what Spanish chorizo is. Spanish chorizo is more akin to a pepperoni. Mexican chorizo is closer to a hot dog. Alright, so we got this cooking down for a couple minutes. I turned it up to 6. Let's turn it down to 4. Now we got the onion, the serranos, the garlic, and the chipotles in adobo in the Cuisinart, and we got that mixed up real well. So let's go ahead and cook that for a few more minutes. Alright, so now I'm going to add 2 cans of pinto beans, and again, you can use black beans if you got them. And what's good about this recipe, and again, a home cooking, if you have leftover refried beans, that's what you throw in there. And here, once they heat through, we're going to mash them up. Couple minutes of cooking, stirring constantly. I tasted it. I had to add a generous teaspoon of sea salt. It needed salt. So now what we're going to do is take this potato masher, and I'm going to turn it down to 4 again. I've been alternating between 4 and 6. And we're going to mash this, and we want to make a paste or an engrudo with it. Okay, so we've mashed up all the beans. I got it on 4. Now we're going to add the chopped poblano, mix that up, and I'm going to let that simmer for about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll start making the enfrijoladas. After a good 15-18 minutes of solid simmering, you see how volcanic they are and bubbly. That's exactly how you want them. You want this to thicken up. Some versions of this, it's really soupy, but I don't like that. I like them thick. So let's go ahead and assemble them. Alright, so let's go ahead and assemble these babies. We got the corn tortilla, and I put that meaty stuff in a bowl, and so we're gonna spoon it fairly generously over there like that, and then we want to put a piece of mozzarella or whatever kind of cheese you want like that, and hopefully it'll melt. So let's go ahead and do the rest. Right, I got the tortillas here. Now you'll notice this one didn't split. I heated some up in a skillet with a little bit of water and paper towels to get them soft, and that's probably what you want to do. But they were really hot and they burnt my hands. But anyway, okay, so what we're going to do after that, is we want queso crema. And that is definitely something that Mexicans love. I love. Well, I'm part Mexican, so yes, we gotta have queso crema. So be generous with that, people. And you can get this anywhere. Nowadays, it's at your Wally World. Alright, next item. Cilantro. Yes, gotta have cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, don't eat this. Because Mexicans love cilantro, as do Spaniards. So there, you can put parsley, I suppose, if you want. Okay, and then we have pico, Pico De Gallo, which is good. If you don't have Pico De Gallo, that's fine. Use salsa. And if you don't have that, that's fine too. You don't have to put it on there. Remember, this is a home style recipe. You make what you got, right? And then finally, we got the queso fresco. You kind of have to have queso fresco on this. It's must have, but I don't think I know of a single Mexican home that didn't have queso fresco in it. It's kind of like, I don't know, whatever. So there it is. So let's go ahead and try it. Alright, so we took a couple photographs. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Yum. This smells really good, people. And I'll tell you what, you can use whatever chorizo you want. It's good. Alright, so here we go. Yeah. The onion, the serranos, the garlic, and the chipotles shine through. It's not picante at all. People, do not be afraid of those 3 serranos. That's fine. They are wonderful. Remember, and chili peppers, the heat tones down as they cook and they sweeten up, so don't worry about that. Yeah, so chili peppers aren't hot, so let's try this. Very nice meal, actually, and very frugal, inexpensive. Some of you'd feed the kids, because again, you're using your leftovers. Very good, and it's also very pretty. And I hope you've noticed it's got the colors of the Mexican flag: red, green, and white. Thanks for watching, people. Take care.